After several years of no news at all, it appears the Gears of War movie is finally going ahead. Back in 2022, it was announced that Netflix had acquired the rights to distribute and produce a movie based on the video game Gears of War, as well as a spin-off animated adult series. This is actually something I covered on my channel all those years ago, and since then we've had no concrete news. However, it appears the movie is going ahead with David Leitch attached to direct the film, as well as the screenwriter John Spates, best known for writing Dune and Doctor Strange, penning the screenplay. In recent years, David Leitch has directed several big-budget action movies, most recently The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling. He also directed the Fast and Furious spin-off Hobbs and Shaw, and he directed the second movie in the Deadpool franchise, as well as co-directing the first John Wick movie alongside Chad Stahelski, although he remains uncredited due to the Director Guild rules. Whilst there are many video game IPs that are in development to be films or television shows, they seem to go nowhere, and Gears of War is one that has been talked about for many years, ever since the video game came out. I remember hearing talks of a Gears of War movie in 2010, and now in 2025 we're finally going full steam ahead. Alongside other franchises like Halo, I would have thought this would have got a feature film a lot earlier than we're getting. However, I'm very excited to see how this film turns out. And I do have confidence in someone like David Leitch, based on his experience as an action movie director, that this will turn out very well. The video games have a very distinct style, which I feel they could capture cinematically very well, and the fact that we're also talking about an animated spin-off alongside this gives me confidence in how this project could please the fans of the video game. There's been no casting news as of yet, and I'm not sure we'll get any for quite some time, but Dave Bautista had expressed an interest in playing Marcus Phoenix, the protagonist of the Gears of War franchise, and he has said that as long ago as 3 years ago when this project had been announced by Netflix, although no information was given on any casting, and he's not officially been attached to star in this project as of yet. I feel like he could be a great fit for Marcus Phoenix, and even the fact that Bautista turned down the role of Peacemaker with James Gunn in order to do the film Army of the Dead with Zack Snyder and Netflix in an attempt to build a relationship with the streaming platform. Perhaps that is going to come back round if Netflix is still going to be the main distributor of the movie. I do know that Netflix will produce this apparently, but they could end up showing it in cinemas. That's not uncommon with these streaming services producing these films, although I'm sure if it does exclusively appear on Netflix that it will have a good life there. This is the type of movie I would probably want to see at the cinema, because I feel like the scope of the world of Gears of War is very cinematic and I would love to experience it on the big screen with surround sound, but these type of films are also just popular on your television screen at home or even just watching it on a mobile phone. I do feel like Dave Bautista would be a great addition to the cast playing Marcus Phoenix, but I've seen a few other names thrown around for the lead role. I feel like Alan Ritchson, best known for Jack Reacher, would be really good as Marcus Phoenix or in the other supporting roles. I believe a lot of people want someone like Terry Crews to play Coltrane, and I think that would be perfect casting. And people have also thrown Dwayne Johnson around as being in this film, but I know Dave Bautista kind of wants to work away from Dwayne Johnson because he doesn't consider him a serious actor. So I don't think The Rock Dwayne Johnson would star in this project per se, even if he was thrown a boatload of money. But I do feel like Dave Bautista is a good bet on getting cast, and if not him, I think Alan Ritchson would be perfect in the role. I don't really have any other ideas of cast members other than the ones I've mentioned so far, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about who you'd like to see in the live-action Gears of War movie. I'm also curious as to the story they're going to tell with this. I feel like these video game adaptations need to loosely tell the story of the video game. They're two very different mediums, video games and movies, so in order to make it work on the big screen, they sometimes have to scrap the story of the video game almost completely in order to tell a story that works well for this medium. I feel like they could chop and change stuff out of the video game, or they could tell a prequel story to the video game, or even an amalgamation of the first trilogy of video games that we got. But we'll have to wait and see which direction they go down. I feel like it would be worth using the main characters from the series and not just building on this world, and I feel like that's likely what the fans want. The mainstream Gears of War fans will want to see Marcus Phoenix appear in this movie, so I do feel like they're going to tell his story in some way, whether or not they adapt the video game directly or just build on that character from the world we're introduced to in the games. Director David Leitch does have several projects that have been announced or are in early stages of development, so this could potentially be his next movie. He had initially been announced to direct Jurassic World Rebirth, which is now being directed by Gareth Edwards and is set for release in just a few weeks, I believe. And I'm not sure the current project he's working on, but this could be the project that he's very excited about and is going to be working on the next couple of months before hopefully starting production by the end of the year or maybe early next year. So realistically, the earliest we could get this film would be at the end of 2026, but more likely we're going to get this film in 2027, which isn't too much longer to wait, but considering how long ago the video games first came out, it's a long time waiting for fans who've wanted to see this on the big screen for a long time. What are your thoughts on the Gears of War movie finally moving ahead? Do you think David Leitch is the perfect director for this project? Which actors would you like to see cast in the film? Please let me know in the comments below, give this video a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please make sure to click the bell icon to receive notifications for all of my future videos. That's it for now, thanks for tuning in.